nothing like the sound of Carolina hoofbeats. Riding down the trail under a big blue sky and pine trees. Sitting high in the saddle, nothing else matters. My feet in the stirrups, I'm so happy. There's nothing like the sound of Carolina hoofbeats.
We're here at the Hunt Horse Complex in Raleigh, North Carolina, attending the Duke Classic. This Jump for the Children event has been going on for 30 years, and its primary purpose is to raise money for the Duke Children's Hospital. How it all began. In 1984, Pat Lefevre's Holston experienced Duke Children's Hospital for the first time. Her best friend's 5-year-old daughter was diagnosed with leukemia. After spending long hours at the hospital, she experienced the determination of the children and their families, the tender, loving care of the doctors, nurses, and staff. But seeing the struggles that families face while trying to cope with these difficult times, she felt she needed to do something. Holston had participated in horse shows, so she petitioned Dr. Sam Katz, then chairman of Duke Children's Hospital, to hold a horse show. A first-class competition with special features such as honoring patients, fancy ribbons, trophies, dress sheets for the horses, and fun parties. The first event was held in November of 1984, purely designed for the kids, and raised $3,000 in the 2-day event. The following year, Helen Idle, retired from Duke Children's Hospital, got involved and grew the show to a 5-day USEF recognized show. In 1994, Joan Petty, her husband Glenn, and members of the McNair family took the reins, turning the show into a 6-day USEF AA rated show. The horse show to date has raised over $1.6 million. With me now are Rosie, Jane, and Eleanor, and they're the 3 women that put this pony race together.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Rosie, can you tell us a little bit about the event and how you were entertaining the kids?
The stick horse competition has been long-standing in the Duke Children's Classic. I think my mother and Jane Murray here were the creators of this event to give the kids, who are also our future competitors, part of the action. We want them to be Duke Children's Horse Show participants for life.
Very good.
So we have stick horses. Jane, tell us about your stick horses.
Well, it's family night at Duke, and this, we've always had something for the children, decorating horseshoes or whatever, and we decided to come up with this idea of having this stick horse decorating so we could take it in the indoor and have fun with them. So this year we actually made the stick horses and had them decorated, and someone else came in and did some other fun things with the kids. And the hope is to eventually use the stick horses as a fundraiser in honor or memory of a Duke child or some loved one. Handcrafted. Yes, handcrafted. Thanks to some artists upstairs, Teresa and Stephen. And so we've made a permanent set for Duke to use every year.
We hope that this permanent set continues to rotate throughout multiple children's hands and enrich many kids' lives in honor of Duke Children's Hospital.
And in the future, you may be able to sponsor one of these ponies in memory of a loved one or somebody that you want to show memoriam to. So for more information for that, you can go to the jumpforthechildren.org website.
Thank you.
People from around the Triangle come to Carolina Barbecue of Garner off Highway 70 because they know what they'll get. Authentic Eastern North Carolina chopped barbecue, Southern fried chicken, hush puppies, Brunswick stew, and more. But did you know that they'll come to you? For your next backyard party, company event, graduation party, weddings, rehearsals, or any other occasion, you bring the people, and Carolina Barbecue of Garner will bring the pig. Call 773-0222.
Follow me to Carolina Barbecue. My name is Scott Brookins, and I am the owner of Brookins Construction and MD Barn Master of the Carolinas. At MD Barn Master, we have the best warranty in the business. We have a variety of designs to choose from. Our barns are easily customizable to meet your needs. We have financing available to those who qualify. Our barns are fire resistant and they hold their value with little maintenance. Let us build your dream barn for you today.
Hi, with me now is Ron Danta from Camden, South Carolina. And Ron, what is your position with the U.S. Hunter Jumper Association?
I am the chairman of the International Hunter Derby Task Force.
Wow, that's a big title. Now, what does that mean exactly?
We have a committee that has developed this program through the United States Hunter Jumper Association, and I'm the chairman of that committee.
Okay, and what exactly is a derby in the hunter jumper world?
The derby is basically we were bringing back the tradition from fox hunting back into the show ring again.
Right.
And we have kind of upped the ante in that we have much bigger jumps. The hunters will be jumping much bigger jumps than they normally do at normal horse shows.
Okay.
And they have 2 rounds. They have a handy round after the first round, which the turns are very tight, and it's about the horses that are very scopy and cover a lot of ground and are very efficient in their course, and so that's what makes that exciting. They also get bonus points in their scoring as to how quick they turn, how fast they gallop.
Right.
So it's really brought it to a much higher level in the hunters.
What heights do they jump at in this derby?
Right now, the high options can be anywhere from 4'3" up, depending on the course. Designers have a little leeway if it's a very tough competition. There's a lot of good quality horses. Some of the high options might be 4'9", 4'11",
okay,
which for hunters is very big to jump.
Right, right. And they do 2 rounds, you say?
They'll do 2 rounds.
And then
the top 12 will come back for the handy round.
Okay. And what is the prize for tonight's?
This is a $10,000 class.
Wow, so it's attracted a lot of riders from around the country?
It does, yeah. We have a Derby championship in Kentucky every year, and this year we gave out $173,000 in prize money.
Wow.
For that event.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Okay. Do you know how many competitors we have tonight?
There are 15 tonight.
All right,
yeah.
Very good. Well, we'll be excited to see some top quality jumping.
Yes, definitely will.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
With us now is Harold Chopping, and Harold won the Derby tonight. Congratulations on your win. Tell us a little bit about you.
I live very close to here, so this is almost a local show for us. I live in Southern Pines, about an hour south of here, and the horse that I rode tonight is really one of my favorites to do. We have hunters and jumpers, but I got to say that this guy is as much fun as you can have on a horse. He's reliable, and he's scopy, and really in any setting just brave as can be. And I think he really sort of showed that in the first round. It was fun to have a horse in an indoor show like this, an indoor setting where it's a little spooky and a little difficult. He really kind of shines.
He was wonderful. I mean, he didn't hesitate at any jump. You made it look very easy.
No, very, very, very reliable. I've been lucky to be horse showing him for a couple of years now. The last Derby that he did was in September, and he was the winner there.
Fantastic.
So he's had success, and this is kind of his thing. So it's really what we target him for now is these classes, he's what can I say? I mean, he's just what you saw, very, very reliable and a fantastic jumper.
So you have a training business in Southern Pines?
I do. I have a training sales business. We have a relatively small stable, and then I have quite a number of outside clients that I help. I ride for other people outside of my barn, and teach a little bit, and
right.
So it's a little mix of everything. Probably half hunters and half jumpers. It's we'll have one horse in the Grand Prix tomorrow night, and it's probably similar to what you see.
Okay. Very good. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow night in the Grand Prix.
Thank you.
Thank you for spending some time with us, and congratulations again.
Appreciate it.
Wonderful ride.
Thanks.
With us now is Josh Hewitt, and Josh Hewitt is with Duke Children's Hospital. He's the Associate Director of Development, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what this horse show has raised in the past and what the funding has been used for.
Sure. We've raised, the horse show has raised about $1.6 million since its inception in 1987.
Wow.
And we're celebrating 30 years this year. And the $1.6 million has made an incredible difference for Duke Children's. Each year it has grown and grown and grown. It is totally run by the community, by the horse community. Triangle Farms has just done an outstanding job with it. And we couldn't be more grateful for everything that they've done.
Very nice. And how many patients annually does Duke Children's Hospital treat?
Sure. We see